Hi, I'm Bill Holcomb, and thanks for joining me for this really easy 5-minute watercolor tutorial, which is perfect for beginners. All you need is watercolor paper, Arches 300-pound rough, just cut a small square. Brushes, we use a mop brush about size 20, flat brush 3/4 size, then some round brushes, I suggest a number 4 and a number 2. And then a bristle type brush, which is normally used for oil painting, just a very small one to help lift in. Paints are Windsor Blue and Indigo or Payne's Grey, whichever you have. I also use a malleable eraser, as you'll see when you watch the tutorial. I start with a mop brush, which is the paint is the combination of the Windsor Blue and the Payne's Grey, and come down. You may use indigo, as I've mentioned in the introduction. So come down to all the painting except the white area for snow on the left there. And then see where the edges are. You could use your number 4 brush. I've got a large one at the moment, but I would suggest you use your number 4, a little bit more accuracy there for you rather than a big brush. Just come up to the edge where the snow is. Then dry that off with a hairdryer, mop up the edges, and then some clear water about 2/3 of the way down the painting, avoiding the white area again. And then working up from the bottom, your pigment mix, coming up with the mop brush, gently coming into that snow area and avoiding it. So use the mop brush to come up the painting, and you can, with a dry brush, you can take off some of that excess pigment on the tape. And then with your flat brush, you can just lay in some more of the pigment. The flat brush allows you more accuracy, which we want for this part of the painting where we're coming up to the horizon line. And remember to mop up those excess pigment areas where they're close to the tape like this. You can also use tissue or a dry brush. Just neaten that up and use your hair dryer, and as you see, it always dries much lighter. Then use that malleable eraser to take out lines that you no longer need. They were there to allow you to be accurate. As you can see, these malleable razors don't affect the paper. Now we're going to lift for the sun, which is only barely peeping through the misty distance. And you can put some water on there, clear water. And here I'm demonstrating a bristle type brush that has been cut down a little to help me do the lifting. So it will be effective enough without destroying the paper. Okay, so there we have the sun just peeping through barely. Now the fisherman is a good counterbalance for the tree, and he's holding his fishing pole there. And I appreciate the figures, not fantastic, but it's just for a demonstration. And I think this is a really easy and simple way for you to learn watercolor. It's a good watercolor practice, this minimalist type painting, and a nice little landscape with water involved. I do like it when water is involved in your watercolor paintings. I think it gives you more opportunity. Do little reflections from the fisherman on the dock there, and little squiggle for his pole reflecting. Dry that off with a hairdryer, then you can tackle the tree. Nice, simple and easy. Shape this tree as you want. You don't have to follow a certain pattern of one that I've drawn here. Just draw your own one. You could start with the 4 brush, then go into the 2 brush for the very fine branches and twigs. Throughout the whole process, you're using the same mix of colours. It's just that some are more intense than others. So for the tree and the fisherman, it's much more intense in terms of the way you've mixed the colours up. I think this will be good practice for you, and it's a tiny piece of paper. You don't have to worry about spoiling lots of paper and the expense of it, and pigment as well. There's a small amount that is mixed up in your palette. And here I'm just giving a little bit more definition to the figure and the dog, and we're done. So I do hope that you tackle this, because I think you'll find it very useful and it will help you make rapid progress. And now we'll take the tape off so you can see the finished item. And thanks for watching. We appreciate your support. Please comment when you can, and like and notify your friends of these tutorials. See you next time.